What's going on, guys? Comes back again on another MLB The Show 18 Dynasty video today. Before we start this video, just want to throw a quick Twitter plug. Make sure to look down in the description. Follow your boy on Twitter. But into the video now. This is another one, and no, it is not a complaint. I'm just saying, so hopefully this can kind of generate some more discussion, so maybe this can get fixed. I just want to say that at the start before everybody just spams complaining downing in the comments, but you guys are probably going to do that anyway. But what I want to talk about in this video is, to me, the biggest problem with MLB The Show 18 right now is honestly just the pure lack of communication from developers, community managers, and everybody that's working on the game to, you know, the customers, to the fans, to people playing the game. And you know, I truly think that's one of the main problems that's going on in Diamond Dynasty right now. I mean, like, okay, so I know they did finally announce when career arcs are going to be released. You know, that's good. I wish they would have done that a lot sooner, though, because, you know, my opinion, and I hope a lot of you guys agree with it too, because if you guys know when something's gonna come, okay, let's say they told us in May that career arcs are gonna be released around All-Star break, right? Let's just say figuratively that happened. You know, I don't think everybody would be so engulfed mad as they were, you know, because to me, knowing when something's coming, that makes you get a sense of, okay, I know it's coming and I know when it's coming. They're not like shutting you in the dark, you know, they're letting you in and letting you know like when it's gonna come out. Yes, it might have been later than you wanted to, but as long as you know there's like a date, you're a lot more able to wait rather than not knowing, you know, because if you have no idea when they're gonna come out, you're gonna be a lot more impatient than rather, you know, I wish they were out late June, but hey, you know, All-Star break, that's gonna be fine as long as I know when they're gonna be released, you know. That's what I want them to just like talk to us. Like, I don't get why. Like, maybe there's some legal issue, or like Sony says that they cannot talk to them because talk to us about things, because that has happened in other games before, where like in a licensing agreement they just do not like allow them to talk about specific things. But I mean, we've only had 2 of their like live streams, you know. That was before Team Epic's, and then it was, I think, when they first announced the new programs, like when we first got like the gold programs, like the Howie Kendrick. No, I remember Mark Reynolds, because they said, oh, Mark Reynolds is gonna be good because he's got a lot of power, no contact, no vision. They've only had 2 of those live streams, and no, I'm not saying every week, but maybe like with your roster updates, change it to bi-weekly. You know, just let us know some stuff that's gonna happen, because I mean, I was looking through Twitter. I looked through Ramon Russell's Twitter. Okay, first of all, if you don't know who he is, even his bio says community manager and game designer for MLB The Show and PlayStation. Primarily MLB The Show. Now, that isn't the only thing he has to talk about, of course, but he doesn't talk about MLB The Show at all. He only like retweets PlayStation stuff. He barely even tweets whatsoever. He retweets PlayStation or MLB The Show tips. He's the community manager. If you guys are following like Mutt or 2K, you know, Ronnie and LD, of course, LD got let go of, but Mutt, Guru, and Madden, they tweet all the time. They interact with people. And it's not just about like announcing when something's gonna come out. They just talk to people. They get their opinions. You know, of course, it is a lot of negativity, but I mean, that's what like game communities are now, unfortunately, but that comes with the job, and I just don't get why they can't do that more. Even like years prior, like Ramon was a lot more active on Twitter and he talked to people. I just don't get why we can't have that. He's the community manager, and I'm not just singling out him. I wish more developers as well would start being more active and actually talking to people and getting their thoughts and opinions and, you know, everything. Their you know, ideas for stuff that could be added into the game or stuff that needs to be changed to fix it. And yeah, I'm sure they see it, but how do we know? I wish they would just like tweet somebody back. I'm not saying me specifically, I'm not saying Cardinal Bird, I'm not saying Cougs, I'm not saying anybody in particular. I just want them to be more active and more acknowledgeable of the people in this community, because right now it just feels like we're in the dark. They're shutting us out, and you know, they're not even hearing what we're saying, you know. That's a lot of the time what it feels like. And even MLB The Show Tips, he's like the primary guy for content. I mean, he hasn't tweeted in about a week. The last tweet he had was just him like tweeting out the blog, which, you know, is fine. But other than that, coming later today, he barely tweets. He might tweet like 5 times a week. And he does sometimes respond to people, which I do like. But even so, I wish they would do that more. It could be about something fun. You know, somebody pulls something. I wish they could say like, oh, nice pull or something like that. And you guys might think it's stupid, but I know a lot of you, most of you, the majority, should know everything would be a lot better with this community and game if they were more active and, you know, more in the community. You know, it would feel a lot more connected than, you know, because right now it feels like we're here, we're there. You can't see me, but I'm pointing in 2 different directions in my room. You know, it's like there's a door between the two, and they can't, and neither of us can see each other because they're shutting us out. You know, if they were more active, if they wanted, if they cared, you know, they would actually like tweet stuff out. But that's just something I wish. And even I really shouldn't have to even mention it, but MLB The Show's Twitter is a complete joke. I mean, maybe some people find their tweets enjoyable, but all they do is they basically just tweet out like redundant stuff about the game, and a lot of it's completely oblivious, ignorant stuff about the game that they don't even realize a problem in, yet they tweet at it, people are negative towards it, and they wonder how that happens. Like, I swear, they set themselves up. The MLB The Show Twitter, specifically, like MLB The Show Tips, I like him. I think he's great. I just wish he'd be a little bit more active, and once again, I don't know if that's his fault, or, you know, they just don't allow him to talk more. I don't really know on that, so you can't really judge too hard, but I like MLB The Show Tips. He's a good guy. Ramon, I like Ramon too. I just wish he'd be more active. Ramon is a great community manager. I wish just whether it's streams or tweeting, he would just be more active and involved with the community. But MLB The Show, their Twitter, they really don't tweet anything helpful at all. Like, I'm just looking through their tweets. You can look through their Twitter yourself. It's pretty hilarious, their tweets, but that's my opinion. I just wish, and I think a lot of you guys agree with me. I've talked about it in live streams before, and I've seen some tweets about it. I just wish they'd be more active and, you know, more involved with this community, because I truly think this game would be a lot better if they were. You know, if they responded to some tweets saying like, oh, jogging after balls is still a problem. I wish they would respond to that so we know that they know, because otherwise it's just like, oh, well, we hope that they know what's going on so they can add it to a patch, or hey, somebody has a great idea, whether they're going to use it or not for content, you know, they can at least see that it's a team effort. You know, whether you work for, you know, San Diego Studios, whether you're directly working on the game or you're just part of the community, we're all part of this together, and we all work towards stuff, because I know every game has used ideas from fans. That's how it is. I mean, and that's not a knock or anything. That's good. You know, a lot of times the community has great ideas that they can interpret, and then overall it's going to make the game better. But I just wanted to talk about that, my opinion. If you guys agree with me, make sure to let me know down below in the comments. Also, make sure to leave a like down below on this video, man. I really would appreciate it. But I hope you guys have a great rest of the day, and later guys, comes out.
Love is love, and hate is hate. To die is an awesome adventure, and I can hardly wait. Earth is a prison, I need a great escape. You know I'm in my zone when I'm up in outer space. You know I'm in my zone when I'm up in outer space. You know I'm in my zone when I'm up in outer space. You know I'm in my zone. You know I'm in my zone. I took a bite of the glory, I tell you.